One. What's up, guys? Welcome to another fan cam on Sim of the Devils. Today we have our Coimbatore boys and total childhood Man United fans who've seen games all the way in the stadium on TV, and they've seen United through those Ferguson glory days and also the depressing days of Van Gaal and Mourinho. And now we're back. It'd be really interesting to know your opinion, guys. What's up, Mohit, Sid, Tawfiq? How are you guys?
And it's doing good after the last game actually.
Hey,
That's
Nishit,
that's a,
doing good, man. Thanks for having us on Civil Devils.
All good,
yeah,
Happy
brother.
to be
Looking
here.
forward to it.
looking super to see you guys, man. Talking about the weekend's game, Mohit, were you tense with that game and how it turned out to be, or was it like yeah, you expected that?
I was more or less expecting the game to go on like that because I think the last couple of games they've looked really tired. They've not been, I mean, the passes were being misplaced. Bruno was not at his peak. And I was just finding it a little too sloppy from their standards after seeing them after the break, the way they were moving the ball and, the attacking play, the gaps in between, the midfield. They were bossing around all throughout and total possession play. But Leicester's game, I was really skeptical about how good it's going to be. But I'm happy that we won 2-0 and now we're into the Champions League also.
Yeah, I mean something interesting that you pointed out was like you could see an identity in how we play, right? I think post lockdown we all know how United were going to set up. We all know how United were going to attack. We also have a very mean defense. I think people underestimate that. So talking about that and how the season has gone, Tawfiq, like, do you think Ole has actually done a good job? Keep in mind a couple of things. Like, probably we are still 33 points away from Liverpool. So does he still fit the bill to take us to the title search and bridge that gap?
Considering I think the level of support that he had when the season started, I think selling Sanchez, selling Lukaku, getting rid of some players in the middle like Young, and only being left with players like Rashford, Martial, and then Bruno had to come in between, and we had Pogba's injury mid-season. I think overall, when you take away the season, I think it's a positive. It's a step forward. The only negative part was the FA Cup, semi-final sort of result, which I think really kind of hurts me even now because it was just the performance was just so bad. I mean, I'm really happy that we've qualified for the Champions League. I think Ole's sort of record this season would have been really good, top four, Europa League qualification, and maybe getting us to a final, giving us that chance for a trophy would have been a good sort of takeaway for the season. But all in all, I think it's a step forward. So I think we can only be optimistic. We do some business, strengthen the squad going forward to next season, and then look forward from there.
I think that oh man, that FA Cup is still probably a heartbreak because I don't think he went there to win the game at all. I think probably something from there, like even that Chelsea game, and even I thought that the next West Ham game, I don't think Ole got it right in a certain ways, and he got certain things wrong in a few games before as well, before the lockdown as well. Sid, do you think uh, with the likes of you talk about Klopp, you talk about Guardiola, who are actually during those crunch games, they bring out the best in the squad. Do you think Ole is still going to command that respect or that kind of play from his players next season?
I think it will happen given the way they went about performing and went on that 14-match unbeaten run. So that was quite phenomenal. And for us to even get into a Champions League reckoning was something I don't think too many people expected us to reach the Champions League at all. So from that perspective, I do think he commands the respect of his players. But I still do find his coaching methods, I don't think they are up to the mark. We played really well against all the bigger teams where, they left space for us. But the other teams, like a West Ham, which we are not able to cross I mean, we just need to get over this and relying way too much on Bruno. I mean, he's had a phenomenal impact. But if you see the kind of assists, he's probably the highest player for us in terms of the assists, and he's only come in midway through the season. So that speaks a lot. So I really think there's a lot of room for improvement. And I think he can definitely continue to grow in his role. But if there is a better manager out there who can sort of command the respect of the players, I'd be open to that.
Mo, do you still think we need to get Pochettino in?
I highly think, I think we should give Ole time because I still feel that it's not the United way of playing. Like you just know, like from the center of the park, you just have those long balls going into the wings, and people playing out from the wide. And now it's become all about just a slick 1-2. I think the game of football also has changed, but then I think the identity at United, at what we are used to seeing them, and the brand of football that was always played by United, I think we've lost somewhere there. But then we've progressed with how other teams in the league also have progressed with. So I would still want to see the United way of play happening, and I would like to see Ole at the wheel definitely because he knows the United way of play. And I think he definitely needs some reinforcement going into next season. I think we would require quite a few signings. I wouldn't possibly say maybe two, three, but maybe more because I think we need to get good wide men in. More than that, I think we need a solid defense. And De
Yeah.
Gea has been quite questionable lately. For his standard, I don't know because the defense has been rock solid comparing to the top flight. I think we're one of the teams with the least goals conceded, and I think
Yeah,
it
we're
could
third
have
only.
been even better. Yeah, so I think it could have been better because I think 4-5 blunderous goals given this time, which from De Gea standards was nowhere even, he should have saved those.
Yeah.
Like how Taufik pointed out the FA game, I think we would have been in the game till the last moment had it not been for those two particular moments in the game.
I think talking about De Gea and his questionable performance through the season. I mean, it's all about impact, right? It's all about impact of what players have brought on. And I think there are a few players other than Bruno. So everybody knows Bruno is a superstar, and he was the guy who probably got us through in that last run from the winter. But before that, Taufik, do you think players like Rashford or Fred or even Maguire for that matter, who does not get the laurels that he deserves, do you think these players were actually the impact players more so than Bruno?
Maybe so. I think Rashford definitely gets a mention because he really, I think, has put in a shift this year. There have been games that he's been missing, but I think he's had a really good year by his standard. He's grown leaps and bounds, come a long way. I don't think he's a player to get you 25, 30 goals, but I think he has a potential to hit 15 to 20 goals, closer to 20 goals maybe a year. But I think 15 is probably his cap from what he can get. Uh, I was also quite impressed by his crossing a little bit here and there. Sometimes, there have
Yeah.
been some really good balls that he's put in. He's not an out and out winger, but he's in between, I would say. So he's had a good season. Maguire, the defense has been solid. Going back to Mohit's point, the defense has been solid compared to the rest of the top flight. But I also think that's partially down to if you see the ball possession of where we play the ball, a majority part of our ball possession is in the defensive side of the field. It's
Yeah.
not in the offensive side. So we keep the ball really well in that part. We want the opposition to come forward, and then we're trying to get in behind, right? And that kind of, I think we capture the ball so much with certain teams that it kind of gives us a false sort of pretense that we are actually really good defensively. But I also think we've been really lucky in a lot of games. I think maybe we shouldn't
A
have
few
got
games.
those results that we've got. But I think Maguire could do a lot better. I think maybe Lindelof's had a good season, but with a better partner who's a little bit quicker, I think he's a good signing. I mean, we might have paid a little bit over the top for him, but I think he can still do well. I think Fred had a good first half of the season, but the second half, obviously lockdown and, it's kind of tapered off because Pogba's come back, Bruno's come back. But I really think Fred really, in the period of, November to February, he did really well. I would really, rate that part of it. Matic has had a good, second half of the season. Martial's got a good second half of the season. Uh, Impressed with Daniel James at the start, tapered off really badly
Yeah.
towards the second half of the season. So we've got good pieces. I just think we need another few more, pieces, like Mohit said, to kind of put this all together. And I think that would again require another 200 mil investment from the
Yeah.
club to kind of put things together. Because even though we've conceded, barely, you know, any goals, I think attacking wise we've scored only 66, which is almost 30 of City. And
Yeah.
I think that's only because we have the ball at the defensive side of the park. So I think
Especially in the
offense,
first half of the season. I think the first
yeah,
half of the season, that's what was happening. And I think Maguire takes a lot of time on the ball.
yeah.
But I think we're probably forgetting one of the most impactful player. I think, Sid, you can talk about Greenwood. What do you think
Yeah.
about that lad? That guy is phenomenal. What do you think?
Oh, he's had a crazy season. I think the impact that he's had on the team, and I just didn't see it coming. I mean, after the lockdown, he had really bulked up, and he looked like he was ready to go. And I think the entire season that he's played, even the few chances that he got earlier, he really did impress. He's 2-footed, so I mean that's great. Very similar feel to a Van Persie when he strikes the ball. So I do like what I see of him, and I think he's got a great future. But I mean, I don't want to hype up things because we've had Makeda, we've had Januzaj who's come in, and obviously not had that kind of an impact like he has. But I just hope that we take it slow with him and not overhype him, so that he just stays grounded and gets us those 10, 12 goals a season at least minimum before he can really start hitting his peak.
I
I think
think the last
that's
the
yeah.
last 7 years has kind of made us all quite realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta keep our hopes up, like okay, like one or two players coming up, like no, it's fine. We
Yeah.
know what will happen 2 months later. We might not even get back. No, but I mean, talking about that, I think that was probably the case in the last 4 games of the season, towards the end, from the Southampton game right up to the Leicester game. We got found out in a few areas. I think whenever teams played narrow and pretty much took Bruno out of the game, they just let Van Bissaka, or they just let Brandon, or I think Luke Shaw didn't play, so Brandon on the ball, and then I mean, there's no creativity, no chances created. Rashford had to come down into the defensive side and get in those crosses, and then we obviously lost the ball. So in that context, do you see, or which kind of players, or which positions do you see players coming in, or which players do you see Ole really really concentrating and going for that transfer mode? Who do you think is going to come in, or who do you think should come in?
We definitely need some reinforcements from. I think left back is very important. I
I
think
agree.
the wing play is very crucial. Exactly like you pointed out. If teams play narrow and we're not able to actually do enough. So in that perspective, when you look at Man City, you look at Liverpool, the way their wingers actually just go forward and the entire formation, and also the quick play. They have, they take higher risks, and those risks actually convert for them. That's because they have those many players going forward together. And when you have those many people actually attacking together, the possibility of getting a goal is really high. And I mean, Man City possession-wise, nothing beating that. And Liverpool, the way they move the ball, I don't think any other club currently around the world in any league is doing it that well. I don't even think Madrid is moving it that good. But if you ask in terms of reinforcement, I think we definitely need wingers, and I think we need even a striker, because these three cannot. I mean, the front four cannot play every game. You need to have good rotation. I think that's where Ole actually lost it, even for the FA Cup. I think in the rotation, if he would have just stuck to the system, because right now that's the system they were playing in. He moved into a 5-3-2, which totally just killed the entire center of the park, and Chelsea were bossing over that. And
Yeah, they were
the
actually. I think they were surprised that we started off with the five at the back, and they were like, "Oh shit,
yeah,
we want to do this. We were supposed to
Hmm.
sit back, right?"
yeah. So
I
and they
mean,
played only three at the back, and our two forwards were not even able to get till there. So it was as good as not playing. So I'm not saying that I'm not open to a new system, but then always got to understand that he's going to have 2 3 systems working for him with good squad rotation. With good squad rotation, I mean by Fred, Scott McTominay. They all need to get enough game time for them also to actually deliver the goods. Otherwise, you are always going to be reliant on a Pogba or on Matic, and eventually next season, as the Champions League kicks in, we're going to be in on 4 fronts. And if we do not have enough players to actually play in these positions, we're going to face. I don't think it's going to be a good season then.
do you guys think, like Sid or Tawfiq, you can take a stab at it. Do you think Dean Henderson is really going to, like, a realistic scenario that he's going to come in next season? Or whoever wants to take a stab
Considering,
at it.
I think De Gea signed that 365,000, contract. I don't think right now it's going to happen. I think Dean's probably going to go out on loan again. Ole is going to probably back De Gea again for another season and then give it a shot with Dean probably next. I don't think you see it happening this year. But Sid, I don't know about you.
Yeah, I totally with you on that. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's all hype, and one season that the Dean has played, I think he's done a good job, yes, but I don't think that he's still good enough as United's keeper. So I think a loan experience would be good for him, and I'm sure De Gea will get his form back. I mean, we should not forget how many years he saved us, and
Yeah.
so I think he deserves another chance, absolutely. To be our number one keeper.
Who do you think so? Now the thing is, like, we do have a lot of people in the squads. We had one, in the beginning of the last season. I think Ole came up and did a good job in terms of clearing one side of the deadwood. So we have another set remaining with us. So do you still think that Ole is going to go out and clean that? Or is he still going to trust the likes of Lingard, who
Yes.
he's been trusting actually in the last few games? Or is he going to just shut them out?
No, if we're serious about winning something next year and then really cracking on, I think we need to really get rid of Mata. We need to really get rid of Lingard. We need to get rid of some Jones, Rojo, players like that. I don't think, they don't even fit our system. They're not good when they come on, and we look so thin in numbers in the cup competitions, and even when the first 11, just like Mo spoke about it earlier, when the first team just goes out and we play from the 60th minute with Lingard, Mata, and even Williams in left back to a certain extent, we look really poor. Like, as in, we don't
We
seem
look
like
like a
we have the
preseason
pace.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I think they definitely need to go. I really think Pogba needs to have a big season next year. Otherwise, he needs to go because he dwindles on the ball too much. He can't carry the team forward. He doesn't get in the box anymore. I know the system that he's playing is Bruno front and two back, but I think there are times when he needs to really step it up. So that's
Yeah.
something that also
Something
needs
like
to
a
be looked.
Yaya Toure, I think. He needs to take
Yeah,
that Yaya Toure role really,
yeah.
really.
I think
I think
I'm totally with Tauf on that one. I think he's made the absolute point. We actually haven't seen the Pogba that we saw at Juventus because we are not seeing him in that role that Bruno's currently playing. Frankly, what I feel, if we have someone else who can play that role at the back with Matic, I think Pogba can play phenomenal, and I think he has that skill to create there. The problem with him is because he's lying deep within. For him to actually start a play becomes harder. I think when he's a part of the play, he makes it happen. Just after watching his entire Juventus stint, I was amazed by the way he was just pulling across. He was taking defenders along all throughout, and he was penetrating so well. But all of a sudden, because Bruno is not coming into the mix, get a chance.
But
But
I
then,
still think,
like,
I still think Pogba is more like a box to box, and I think he would be far more effective box to box because he's got that physical presence who we need even at our side of the pitch, right, to dispossess people and take him off. And I think uh, uh, probably he's not shown his attacking side in this season. He was obviously injured for most parts of the first half, so we can't really say too much. And then Bruno came on and took up the mantle there. So I think he needs to push on next season. Otherwise, if he wants to go away, let him go away. So I think
Like
that's
when
the
we
thing.
talk about systems, I think if if you want to change the system, you could still play Pogba up there. Greenwood needs to take a break. Maybe sometime next season, you can play Bruno out wide. And then we need to have a really good, right back that's just going
Bombing up.
up and down, and that's creating a lot of space. And then get a good sort of holding midfielder to kind of, tighten things up. Maybe a David Alaba at centre back is not a bad option. He's leaving Bayern, but I hope he doesn't go to City. If he, that might be a good
Guys,
bet
you have
at
to
centre
remember
back.
that City is not going to be quiet. They're going to spend another 200
Yeah,
million, which
they're
comes
going
to
to
my
spend a lot of
next
money.
question. That City is going to spend 200 million. I don't think Mourinho is going to be quiet for some reason. Chelsea's already had their say in the transfer market. Liverpool are already up there. What are your realistic expectations? Ole's got the third position. What do you think happens in the next season? What do you think we have to achieve? Sid,
uh,
you want to go for it?
I
Go on, more.
No, so what I was thinking about is I think Ole is quite smart with his transfer decisions. He's kind of clear of what he wants, where he wants. So I think it's all about. I think he's got more of the Ferguson kind of way of just doing the side deal, just happening, just make it happen like that. So I think we have to just trust in the process. Undoubtedly, like you said, all the top teams are going out there to get their particular players. In fact, today I came across an article saying that Jadon Sancho would prefer landing up in Liverpool, thinking Jurgen Klopp will still get him titles and United won't. So I think Ole, if Ole is reading that, my conception of Ole should be like, if he thinks that, I think we're going to beat that and we're not going to bring in him. See, at times it's a news can go different ways, but more importantly, it's all about the way the manager looks at it. And I think Ole will do some smart business.
Sid, what do you have to say?
I think he needs to bring in at least 4 players, but I don't think that will happen. A striker up front for sure, because I think they need to rotate better. And if a Rashford or a Martial can come on after a 60th minute, I think the impact that they'll have will be far more better for us. So definitely a striker up front. I don't think Igalo cuts it. He may have been a good impact sub, but I still don't think, he should be at the club. Definitely a central midfielder who's good defensively but has like the passing ability of a Scholes. If they can, spring passes left and right to the wings, nothing like it, which could also perhaps give Pogba more freedom to go in front and focus less on defensive duties. A centre back like a Koulibaly would have been ideal, but I know he's going to cost a lot of money. And he, along with
Yeah.
Maguire, he's quick, he's powerful, and I think he would be ideal. Left back is a problem because if both Rashford and Brandon Williams are playing, both of them are right-footed. Even though they play on the left, they are right-footed players. So I think that again, I feel could create problems for us. So I think 4 signings would be ideal for us, but I think they'll not do anything on the defense. I think it'll be in midfield and up front.
Judging by what is happening, I just hope they don't go for an 80 million Grealish signing. Oh man, that's just gonna
No,
I
be
hope not.
No
I
way,
hope not.
no way.
and just by what Michael Owen today came out and told that looks like Grealish is going to United, I have a strange feeling that that's gonna happen and again ruin any other transfer which is going to come into the club and actually benefit us. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's just
I
crazy because
I
80
think
million and I don't think we have enough.
everything should be capped at what Sane was sold at. I think that's 53, and I think
55.
everything should probably start from their relative sense of what money we pay. But
Yeah.
according to me here, you heard it here first. We are either third or fourth next season, and I think it'll be a couple of seasons till we go one step higher. I think we're
But
going
you
to be
think Ole is
stuck
going to get time until he gets, like, supposing he gets a fourth position? Or
third or
do you
fourth
think
with
he
a
sees off the season?
third or fourth with a trophy? I think so. I think if he gets third or fourth with a trophy, I think he'll still is not so bad. I mean, stability. We're getting Champions League again. I think it shouldn't be underestimated. I know Arsenal, made fun of them for years. I felt really bad actually end of the season that I was actually watching a top four game and I was feeling happy about it. I don't know how they've stuck on with that team for so many years, uh, but yeah, but I think we need to win trophies. So I hope the cup competitions, we go for them. Better gameplay next year, stabilize the team. If we can make second, I think would be great,
A success.
and then move on from there. I don't think we have to be over ambitious and think we can win a title with a few signings. I don't think it's going to happen. So that realism needs to be there. And always, I need to give it up to Chelsea, man. They have the best transfer dealings always. Like they pay the right
And way
amount of
before
money.
anybody.
Yeah, early business, right amount of money, get players out the right time. Maybe not De Bruyne and Salah, but
That was
otherwise, generally,
Mourinho.
yeah, that was Mourinho. Uh, Generally, I always think they do business well. Daniel Levy and Tottenham are always on point with their, sort of money that they pay. But I don't think they'll have enough money this year to spend. I think they'll go for more Bergwijn-like players. So try to, strengthen that squad up. Get rid of Deadwood again. I think they have a lot of that. So I think they'll strengthen a little bit. So not being in Champions League, I don't think Mourinho will really go for the Europa League. You know how he played it with United. So I think he's going to go for the league next year. I think he's got a lot to prove. I think Arsenal.
No,
I don't
I
know.
don't think
I
Arsenal's
think
in the
they.
play. I don't think
Yeah.
Arsenal's in the play at all.
Yeah. I think Leicester could be there, thereabouts. So I think it's again going to be between these teams again next year, So Wolves, if they keep hold of their players and strengthen a few more, I think they have a shot as well. So I think this will be the top, six that's fighting for that
Talk
those
about Wolves.
spots.
I don't mind raiding Wolves to get a few players like right.
Yeah.
Sid was talking about that central mid who was playing fastest. I don't think Ruben Neves is a bad option or a Moutinho also at that
Yeah.
age
Yeah.
to get one of those and that beast Traore on the wing. I don't think that's a bad
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of Traore actually. Man,
Oh
that
man,
guy can
that guy is
get plus with
phenomenal.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
No,
So
that
I
would
like
be a
how
good
guys,
sign.
I like how people. When I see him on the ball, I like it when people are trying to run with him and they want to actually shoulder push him, and then after a while you don't see the person.
no, that was the
It's
point
really
where
funny.
he scored the City game where they
Yeah.
made a comeback from 2-0 down to 3-2. They scored the second goal, and Traore is going inside the goal and taking the ball back to go run to the kickoff line. And I think Sterling was trying to push him off the ball, and he just pushed and fell down. I mean, it's been on Twitter. It was hilarious to see
But
that.
Mohit, have
I
you
think
seen those guns? Have you seen those guns?
Yeah. I see. No, have you seen how his shots fit him?
Oh man.
You can
does
see
he
the
really?
quad muscle of his, like, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
huge.
shit.
Actually, he had a different haircut after quarantine, right?
Yeah.
After we reopened again, I didn't recognize him. I was like, who is this player? And then I saw his muscles, and I was like, okay, that's probably
The other guy is reminding of physical player. I mean, you guys see Gareth Bale coming back to the Premier League?
I doubt it, man. I don't know. I don't know who can afford him at this point in time, to be honest.
I mean, he should come
Uh,
in cheap, right? I mean, he's in the last leg of his contract as well, so I don't know if
I don't know.
he's going to come
Newcastle,
in
if it's
expensive.
being if
Gareth
it's
Bale.
being taken over, maybe I don't know what's the status on that, but I think Leeds will be a dark horse to get into Europe. I don't know. I just have a very strong feeling because
yeah,
the style of
even
play.
oh,
They've been playing phenomenally well, and the kind of system that Beasler has put out. I think I think a lot of teams should be scared of the
Yeah,
way
like
I
they
think
play.
Leeds will
I've not
probably be
heard of
like
that
Sheffield
system
this
ever
season.
before. Like, who does a
Yeah.
3-1-3-1-3?
Yeah,
Who does
exactly.
that? Like,
It's
Yeah,
gone
I
crazy.
mean, they're probably going to be but they could be like a hit and miss next season. Like you thought Sheffield was going to go down this season, but they ended up in the top 10. Leeds, we expect them to be in the top 10 next season, but they could end up like an Aston Villa who spent so much and still almost went down. So, but it's going to be a very interesting season, guys. Thanks for joining in. We're going to be looking and probably going to be seeing more of you guys on our fan cams, and we have Europa League coming up. We're not done with our season yet. There's one more trophy probably that Ole can. He's like, tension-free. He can go ahead and target that.
I'm actually excited for that.
Yeah, and I'm excited more for the Inter game. Like, the likes of Lukaku, Young, and Sanchez. I know Sanchez can play, but yeah, it'll be fun to beat them. Thanks, guys, once again. It was great. Fun to talk. And looking forward to see you guys. Thanks, guys, for watching it, and do follow, subscribe, like, and also share it among your friends. And if you have anything, do type down on the comments below your review, and we'll take it up. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me how good does it feel? We've got such a